The community pillar. The Filipino community pillar produce our law enforcers, policemen, traffic enforcers, NBI agent, PDEA agent, COA auditors, ombudsman, fact-finding investigator, and etc. Prosecutor, DOJ and ombudsman, prosecutor, investigator, judge and municipal trial court, regional trial court, and shira courts. Justice, Sandigang Bayan, and Court of Tax Appeals, and the Supreme Court, and correction officials and personnel, municipal jails, provincial jails, city jails, the Bureau of Correction, Muntinlupa, and other correctional facilities. A routine community will always produce routine law offenser, enforcers, prosecutors, justice, and corrections officials that spring cannot trace above its source. Members of the community are also victims of crime, direct or indirect. They are also the beneficiaries of an efficient and effective criminal justice system in the form of peaceful and fear-free environment. The community is also the greatest source of information about the commissions of a crime. It is from the community that most witnesses come, including victims and whistleblowers. Most crime against property, theft, robbery, and etc. are dismissed because the victim does not testify in court, especially when the stolen property is recovered. Hence, thieves and robbers are set free again, steal and rob. Community working for peace and order in partnership with the other pillars and to integrate plan and of actions to combat crimes and promote justice. As we can see, the Filipino community produce our law enforcers, policemen, traffic enforcers, and NBI agents, PDEA agents, COA auditors, ombudsman, fact-finding investigators, and etc. Prosecutors, DOJ and ombudsman, and municipal trial court, regional trial court, Sandigang Bayan Court and Tax Appeals, and Supreme Court. The members of the community are also victims of crimes, direct or indirect. They are also beneficiaries of an efficient and effectiveness criminal justice system in the form of a peaceful and fear-free environment. And the community is also the greatest source of information about the commissions of a crime. It is from community that most witnesses comes, including victims and whistleblowers. Most crime against property, thefts, robbery, and etc. are dismissed because the victim does not testify in court, especially when the stolen property is recovered. Hence, thieves and robbers are set free again to steal and rob. So, the community is working for a peace and order in partnership with the other pillars and to integrate plan of actions to combat crimes and promote justice. The seminar enabled faculty members of the United Nations Asia and Far East Institute UNAFEI and various criminal justice officials from various sectors of the criminal justice system in the Philippines to collect and exchange informations and experiences on the involvement of the community in the criminal justice administrations. The community is viewed to be an integral part of criminal justice in the Philippines, and has been so recognized that it is the fifth pillar of the criminal justice system of the other police, prosecution, court, and corrections. Topics included community involvement in law enforcement, prosecution of crimes, the courts, rehabilitation and treatment of criminal offenders, and mobilizing the community for improved criminal justice administration. The seminar concluded with the adoption of final recommendations that will not only enhance the Philippine criminal justice system but also contribute to the need of the international community in the field of community involvement in criminal justice. One recommendation is the local communities are recognized as the focal points for the effective delivery of crime prevention initiatives. Second, governments and the relevant international funding organizations should be invited to provide increased financial and technical assistance to countries and communities in support of their crime prevention efforts. Third, anti-crime strategies in which a crime prevention policy is an integral part should offer more sustainable responses to crime and insecurity problems. Fourth, more systematic effort should be made to implement successful prevention actions and strategies. After the convicts have passed through that correction component, either unconditionally as by full service of the term of imprisonment imposed of them, or by parole or pardon, they go back to the community and either lead normal lives, law-abiding citizens in their barangays, or regrettably commit other crimes and thus go back through the same processes and stage of the criminal justice system. The community at large, through the appropriate legislative agencies, public and private educational institutions, parents and guardians, churches, religious organizations, civic association, and etc. develops an exact conformity with acceptable moral and ethics values, create the environment for the development of civic spirited citizen, and foster respect for the observance of the rule of law. In a particular, members of the community having knowledge of facts relevant to the investigation of prosecution of crimes are affected cooperative with the law enforcers and investigators by reporting crimes and giving evidence against the offenders.